this time. Nothing else is mine. All I want is you. One more tomorrow. Oh, nothing lasts too long. When I leave, it's gone. Oh, I set my mind ahead. I hope you'll follow. Yes, I know I got a lifetime coming. I got it all figured out. Everybody now they're lonely. Oh, everybody lonely. Oh, yeah. Everybody now they're lonely. That's what it's all about. Oh, I've had my share of heartaches, now misfortunes and mistakes. Oh, occasionally this life, it leaves me battered. Oh, I can't blame no one else now. What I've done to myself, it's the only kind of history that matters. Yes, I know I got a lifetime coming on, and I got it all figured out. Everybody now they're lonely, oh, everybody now they're lonely, yes, everybody lonely. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Oh, now maybe you'll come with me now, and maybe you'll stay. Oh, maybe you'll just watch a while and wonder. Oh, it seemed like all the good things in my life just drift away. Oh, now maybe you will stay this time. Yes, I know I got a lifetime coming, and I got it now, it's all figured out. Everybody now they're lonely, oh, everybody lonely, yeah. Everybody now they're lonely, I said that's what it's all about.
Hey there, it's moi. It's moi bringing us in this morning. How about that? Hope I'm not scaring you. But I just thought we all think we have enough time. Remember that. A little early, we got some overcast. It is GMO Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, Foothill Feed and Mercantile, your non-GMO certified organic feed for your critters. Non-GMO and certified organic feed for your critters. Of course, the cup. Get your cup. They got Valentine's Day coming. Got goodies in the cup. I'm drawing a blank. Hidden Valley, that's it. I want to say Wilderness Horse. Hidden Valley Wild Horse Protection Fund. Hidden Valley Wild Horse Protection Fund. They got them cups. That's what that is. That was from Christmas. Had the chocolates in it from Christmas. Hey, boy, oh boy. In the news today, Osceola, Osceola, Michigan. Osceola losing their water to Nestle's, a little town of 2,000 people. Nestle is beating them up for their water. Check this out. Nestle goes around and they'll pay you $20 a year to tap a well, and then they get into the well and they produce millions of gallons of bottled water. Every day. They're making billions of dollars and they give these communities chicken feed, maybe part of the swamp that they need to be draining. You never know. It's that time of year, folks. We're getting towards the end of into January. Of course, right, we're in the middle of the winter now. That winter, the winter equinox or solstice, December 21st. That's right. It's time to start thinking seeds. Rotating crops. Where are we going to plant this year? Everybody's got them out. Everybody's got their spring seed list, crop planting rotation, your soil information. It's all out there right now. So strictly medicinal. They got a package for you. They got a package. Yes, they do. Strictly medicinal, survival medicine garden. $20, 8 seeds, 8 packs of seeds, certified organic, USDA. What do they got in there? They got burdock, calendula, comfrey, dandelion, your wild lettuce, yarrow. Of course, we grow yarrow. We've been growing yarrow for years with Aladay LLC and Aladay Organic Farms of Alarin. And the self-heal herb, you need to get a hold of them. 541-846-6704. In service at strictlymedicinalseeds.com, strictlymedicinalseeds.com. They will get you taken care of. They also have a PDF of the seed catalog. They'll send you the link for it. $10 free shipping. You can't beat that with a stick, ladies and gentlemen. $20 for the for your medicinal pack of seeds. Set up, it's already free shipping. You got it, $20. That's the cost. You can't beat it. You cannot beat it. Hey, I think Chansey has broken brain syndrome. It's an epidemic. It's an epidemic. Link in the description. But think about it. Why are we calling them Democrats? I think they got broken brain. Broken brain. What do you think? Check the article out. You make a decision and then ask yourself, whom do your elected officials, that's the theme, ladies and gentlemen, whom do your elected officials represent? Because I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. I don't know if you are. I don't know if you are. I don't know. Maybe we should ask MDG Blogger. She's pretty up on stuff. She's in that Keystone State back there. MDG Blogger, of course, organic for green livings. Got some good stuff on her website this morning. Yes, they do. And so did Paula's Healthy Living. Of course, both these young ladies, they teach you how to eat healthy. They put recipes up there that are wholesome, good food. Right now, Paul and Mary have been running some stuff on stress relief. You know, of course, the holiday's over. Now many people, they're not stressing over the family. They're stressing over the fact that they can no longer get in the size 34 waist. They need a 36 because they ate too much pecan pie. Although I know right now from what I'm hearing about that Sarah Sanders, that Sarah Sanders Huckabee girl, man, with that pecan pie at Christmas time, I bet you I'd weigh 400 pounds living around that girl eating them pie. I'm telling you, I'm hearing good stuff about her pies. But check those young ladies' websites out. They got some great stuff, great stress, how to, exercise. Exercise just isn't a physical thing. It's the mind too, stress release, all that kind of stuff. Some people meditate, some people jog, some people do push-ups, some people, do weightlifting. That's their form of stress. 1,000,001 forms of stress release. Get a ball, squeeze it. Stress release. You never know. But go check out Paula's Healthy Living. She got some good stuff. And of course, MDG Blogger. MDG Blogger. Big advocate back there in the Keystone State. We're going to get to some cannabis corner news here in a bit. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe she can give a testimonial for how well some of the medical marijuana and stuff works for seizures. For seizures. It's a good thing. Fraud alert, fraud alert, fraud alert. Bop, 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 bop. This guy is so deeply entrenched. David Zaruk, Z-A-R-U-K, bills himself as risk monger. He is part of the propaganda, the Monsanto propaganda machine. He is so deeply entrenched with the chemical companies. He is a lifelong mouthpiece for the chemical companies. He's got a meme going around about all these things, all these poisons that have been approved for organic use. 3 of the things on his list are prohibited of any use in agriculture. So I don't know where he came up with his list. Maybe the same place the Democrats got their broken brain. But fraud alert, risk monger, David Zaruk. He's a fraud. He's a shyster. I shouldn't say he's a fraud. Let me just say that he is spreading misinformation and disinformation against the organic industry. I don't understand how anybody and their mother would do something against an entire industry that would have an adverse effect on their own children. Does that make sense to you? Does it make sense to any of you out there that have a child? Want them to grow up healthy, want them not to be disease-free, that want them to not have medical issues related to food illnesses, don't want to feed poison to their kid. Does it make any sense at all why any of these scientists would blatantly lie, would accept money to lie about something that would have an adverse effect on their very own child? Does that make any sense at all to you? I'm sorry, but I think that borders on child abuse. That is borderline child abuse right there, knowing something is bad and you give it to your kid. Hello, cabins and apathy. I'm proud to feed my kids GMOs. I'm proud to give my kids poison. That's right. Give your kids more poison. Olive Oil Times is reporting there's a big issue going on. Link in the description, ladies and gentlemen. Is your olive oil properly labeled? I hope in Oliva, INNOLIVA, in Oliva, they are an olive oil, major olive oil, like 9,000 tons of olive oil they produce every year. But they kind of have a different approach to massive orchards. Of course, they have a policy to address these issues right here. Animal and ocean welfare, greenhouse, of course, the greenhouse gas reductions, water efficiency, soil preservation, and pollution reduction. You have to pardon me this morning, ladies and gentlemen. I cooked some chilies and the smoke is still in the air. It's killing my throat. I roasted them and I didn't have it vented enough in here. But I love my chilies. But check out their olive. They got some great extra virgin olive oil. But is your olive oil properly labeled? Check it out. Check the link in the description. Find out what's going on there. Lake Tahoe Markets, of course, they got the grass-fed, Harris grass-fed beef. You order today, you get it delivered Friday, ladies and gentlemen. You need a little irony. Do you need a little irony in life? Skinny and Single. SkinnyandSingle.ca. She'll crack you up. Yes, she will. Hey, there is a growing opposition, and this is huge right now going on in Europe. I don't know how anybody could grant a patent to a seed, especially now. And now companies like Syngenta, Monsanto, and all, et al., they all want to do this. Well, we modified it a little bit so it's our product and gaffle up conventionally bred type of seeds. They're trying to patent seeds that are conventional, that have been, and when we're talking conventional in breeding, we're talking rubbing the boy girl on the girl flower. We're not talking going into the laboratory and altering the genetic makeup of something like Bt toxin corn or the GMO corn varieties, soy, cotton, all that kind of stuff that we have going on right now. That is not what we're talking about. We're talking about conventional seeds and plants that the companies want to do. So check out the link in the description on that, ladies and gentlemen, and see where they are with that. Same thing going on in the United States. And again, I ask, whom do your elected officials represent? Whom do they represent, ladies and gentlemen? Johnny's Tendergrass going to bring us Cannabis Corner today. Johnny's Tendergrass. Got the Pot Wallet. Check it out, potwallet.com. Not sure about you, but they got the pot coin going on, and we know cryptocurrency is a new phase. They got buyers, sellers, products on the website, potcoin.com. Check it out, potcoin.com. You're going to love it. It's got a little video on there talking about what it is. It's an open source site, so that's the direction things are going. Give them a look-see and see what they say. Johnny's Tendergrass. What a great name. Whom do your elected officials represent, ladies and gentlemen? Kamala Harris, Cory Booker. All of a sudden they're up in arms. Of course, Cory Booker from New Jersey. Kamala I'm a traitor Harris from California, the hippy-dippy states on both ends of the country, wanting sanctuary status for everybody. Now, all of a sudden, they want marijuana legal. Where have you been for the last 20 years, you hypocrites? Of course, Cory Booker got his little, threw his hat in the ring with the Food Revolution Network and came out anti-GMO. They're all big up in arms about medical marijuana. Oh, you're going to hurt all these people. Do your job and pass some legislation. Sit here and cry and come up with all this crap about what a bad man Mr. Trump is. Your job is to pass legislation. Your job is not to divide the country because you don't like an individual. Your job is to represent moi, the constituent. I want to know where both these senators were when Debbie, let me stab my constituents in the back, stabbing now, gave us a QR code for a food labeling bill. Where is Bernie Sanders screaming, hey, you can't violate states' rights on that issue right there? Told Vermont, the law they passed told Vermont they could not pass a law. I'm sorry, say what? But yet, these states want to file a lawsuit against Donald Trump and his administration for a violation of the 10th Amendment because they have a tax bill. Excuse me? But yet, when your state is directly dictated to about a food labeling bill, I'm going to ask it again, ladies and gentlemen, whom do your elected officials represent? Are they representing you? 90% of this country, that's what they say. That's what every poll, every survey, everything that's ever been done, that number is 90%. It runs between 89 and 94% are the numbers I've seen. 90% is a number they fix on. That's 315 million people out of 350. I want to know why we don't have food labeling. Whom do your elected officials represent? And I'm asking you, and I'm asking everybody out there, join my Twitter campaign. Stop with the nonsense. Let's stop with all these petitions. I don't know how many petitions again this week I get. Request for a petition, and at the end of the petition, they want a donation for money so they can support their petition. Has any of you seen, and I'm not saying these petitions don't go in front of somebody, but I have yet to hear that these petitions had any outcome on a vote. Out of sight, out of mind? I don't know. I never see the petition I sign. I never hear of a legislature referring, well, according to this petition, this is what the people want. Maybe this is a way we need to go. Have you ever heard anybody refer to a petition when they're voting on these laws, when they're trying to pass legislation? I have not. I'm not saying the petitions have not gone to Washington and set in front of somebody. I'm just saying I've never heard about them once I sign them, and I would like to know where they go. I would like to know what's going on. And this is why I continue to beat a drum and say, use Twitter. The president, the EPA guy, the FDA, and the USDA, they're all on Twitter. You want to know how we, the people, can help the lawyers defend we, the people, on all this GMO crap? Put it in social media, ladies and gentlemen, because once it's in social media, it becomes evidence. It becomes evidence. And this is what I've been saying in the property preservation industry. I've been saying, put it in social media. It becomes evidence. That's where I get all my information to write articles, out there in social media. You know me, kind of an opinionated SOB, if you will. And I guess we can thank, what was that, Dirty Durbin or Dirty Dick Durbin, whatever, for lying a little bit. I guess he's not telling the truth. I don't know if he's lying, but the only people that know that are the people that are in the room, and there's too many people saying something different than what he's saying. But anyways, I guess we can thank him for getting the S word taken off of George's list, huh? Because they're saying it all over the TV now. I never used to be able to say the S word on TV. Yeah. I'd say poop or defecate, feces. But you couldn't say shit. I don't know. We could say it now. That's been taken off the 7 dirty words. that you can't say on TV. George's probably up there applauding, having a good time. Hey, as I said, whom do your elected officials represent? We're starting to look at tax numbers. We're starting to look at dollars being generated. California is estimating $1 billion will be generated on the sales of marijuana. Nevada, 37.9 in their first year. $37.9 million in sales. Their first year. That's $3.68 million. Taxes went back into the school systems, fixing roads, taking care of what needs to be taken care of. Big pharmaceutical. Remember, big pharmaceutical. Big pharmaceutical is beating the drum to keep it illegal because it's going to get into their chemical supply. Have you ever thought about this for just a minute? You have some kind of disease that was caused by a chemical or something bad in the food or whatever. You got sprayed with Agent Orange. Company that made that chemical that made you sick is now trying to sell you another chemical to undo the first chemical. And oh, by the way, all the side effects on this chemical, you're going to need another chemical to get rid of the dry mouth and the pooping in your pants. Just so you can go out and meet the girl. Yeah. The chemical companies are still beating this drum. And the arguments that Jeff Sessions used, let's get real, the arguments are their talking points. I'm sorry, Jeff Sessions, you bumped your head. You bumped your head. I actually believe when he made the statement, marijuana is as addictive and as dangerous as heroin, that he bumped his head on a Budweiser truck and then he got a straw and cleaned the mess up. That is how inane that statement is, Mr. Sessions. That's the stupidest thing you've said since I've heard you speak. And I've been listening to you speak for quite some time now. Every talking point that he used is a pharmaceutical think tank kind of garbage talking point. You know, it's addictive. I'm sorry. If you're addicted to marijuana, I could get you addicted to tea grass. I could get you addicted to chamomile tea if you're addicted to marijuana. I'm sorry, but I just don't see it. Okay? I don't see it. I don't. Maybe somebody can get addicted to marijuana. Maybe they can. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. But I do know that perhaps you might want to check out potwallet.com and see what's going on. You got a digital wallet. That's what they're talking about. They're talking about it. Remember this, though. Remember this. No matter what is going on with the marijuana, it is federally illegal. Now, that said, again, I'm going to go and say this about what Jeff Sessions did. I don't think Jeff Sessions is trying to be some monster about marijuana, regardless of his beliefs, even though he believes what he believes is kind of dumb. I think he's throwing it back in Congress's lap because, quite honestly, he doesn't want to deal with it. Look, this is the federal law. My job is to enforce it. Okay, he's going to enforce a law. What is wrong with him saying that? Nothing. And then we have Kamala Harris and Cory Booker making him out to be the bad man. Shut your mouths and do your job. He's doing his. That's what it boils down to, ladies and gentlemen. Every time you see the president throw something back, he's throwing it back in Congress's lap. The DACA bill, that's Congress's mess. And I'm sorry, every one of those politicians that represent us, that we voted into office to represent our best interest, they're using other human beings. Forget everything about this whole mess. I don't care what side of it you're on. I want you to stop and think about this for 1 minute. This is what our politicians are doing. They are using human beings as a bargaining chip to negotiate with. And I'm sorry, that's garbage. I don't care if you're what side of the equation on DACA you're on. That's what our politicians like Kamala Harris and Cory Booker are doing right now. They're using human beings as a bargaining chip to get something they want. And you got to ask yourself, ladies and gentlemen, when a politician is doing something to get something they want, who is lining their pocket? Who's putting money in their pocket? I don't know. But I would say since they're going to go to bat for marijuana, it's not big pharmaceutical companies right now, although that can change at any given time. You know how those chemical companies are. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up on Preservation Thursday, of course, well, we have the 501c3 question still coming in, Safeguard Properties, NFN in the news again. I'm getting calls left and right on these two companies this week. Unbelievable amount of people. I guess NFN is, I talked about 7 or 8 people out of Minnesota. It's over $1 million, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be talking about this coming up here, the back charges, and we're going to talk about back charges and the narrative that's being laid out to justify them. I'm sorry, but you're cleaning a house. You're not doing a construction site. You're not building a building. You're cleaning a house. To be back charged for something 3 years later is an illegal back charge, period. And we're going to talk about some of the comments by some very prominent people. Mr. Miller, Mr. Derek Weathers, the enabler. Derek Weathers, the enabler. Yes. But the comments I'm seeing these two people make in social media right now that's been sent to me, if this isn't shaping a narrative, I mean, they've taken a book right out of the playbook, right out of the Democrats' deal with Trump here, man. Well, let's just say whatever, and we'll get people to believe it. There's a narrative being shaped on these back charges, and I'm telling you right now, back charges that are anything, once a service has been approved, it's been paid, you don't get to come back and say you missed a picture and oh, by the way, you didn't remove 7 yards of debris, you only moved 5, so we're going to, take back this amount of money. Not 3 years down the road. That's bull. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. But there is a narrative being laid. We're going to talk about that on Preservation Thursday. Of course, some of the other news in the industry. Watch list. I mean, it's unbelievable. People are, well, who do we trust? Who do we trust? Nobody in NAMFS. Nobody in NAMFS. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you hear, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the station. That's how it works. If you can help out with a donation, you want to do some advertising, give me a holler. Hit the website if you can do a donation. Anything helps keep the lights on right now. As you can see, yeah, man, it's getting rough. It's getting rough because all the lights. A little dark overcast today. Let's have a great day, ladies and gentlemen. Let's all be safe out there, huh?